Testing 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. Hello, Riderflex Nation. Steve Urban here with more career advice and job interviewing tips for you. And as a quick reminder, if you enjoy our podcast, please remember to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes. Today, a question from a listener. Mary wrote in the following: Steve, I recently listened to one of your podcast episodes that suggested it is possible to ruin a relationship with a company forever during the interview stage. I did this, and I wonder if you can advise how to mend an unintentionally damaged relationship. I ask because years ago I applied for a position at a large, well-known company, and after a few rounds of interviews, they made me an offer. I was very excited as I worked hard for the role. However, my spouse at the time changed his mind about us relocating, so I reluctantly called the company back and turned down the offer. The company has never responded to any of my subsequent applications to work there years later, though I am amply qualified for the roles I'm applying for. Is there any way to address this type of breach in relationship and possibly mend the situation? Well, folks, there are many ways to blow up bridges with potential employers. One way to do that for sure is to go through the interview process telling them you'll relocate, then get the offer only to turn it down because you've changed your mind about relocation. Keep in mind, companies and recruiters spend a ton of time investing in you during the process. And to change your parameters at the end is a surefire way to blow up the bridge forever. In fact, your profile in the system probably has a notation about what happened, and it might even include some sort of blacklist tag so that you're blocked forever. So, as to Mary's question on how to mend the situation, before I give my suggestions on how you might be able to repair this situation, I'd like to make a few comments about life in general. I don't recommend living in the past. I've learned over time that it's more important to accept the fact that things usually happen for a reason, and that it's better to look ahead and push forward. Don't waste time thinking about what might have been. I think it's much better to build on new opportunities. In fact, even if Mary did repair the situation and gets a job at the company she's referring to, it probably wouldn't end up as glorious and satisfying as she's imagining. I know from experience that if you chase the past or chase what might have been, the reality is usually much worse than the fantasy. With that said, Mary, if you truly want to continue pursuing the company you blew up the bridge with, here's what I would do. First, stop applying through traditional steps. Your resume is likely blocked in the early stage because of the notes in your file or negative tag they've put in your profile. Second, establish a relationship of some kind with a key person that works there or used to work there. Someone that's in the department you'd like to be working in, someone with a director or VP level of authority. Find them online, probably LinkedIn, get connected with them, establish a relationship, and eventually tell them your story. Once you feel comfortable that you've established a good relationship with this person, then ask them to speak with a key hiring manager on your behalf. When and if you get a meeting or a phone call scheduled with a key hiring manager in the company, just tell them exactly what happened, how bad you feel about it, and that you're hoping for a second chance to interview for the job. And most importantly, be sure to convince them that your spouse and family are ready to move this time. Speak from the heart and be as honest and transparent as you possibly can be. And there, folks, is your Riderflex tip of the day. Hey, we truly hope you find our material helpful and entertaining. In the spirit of giving back, Riderflex donates half of all proceeds gained from this podcast to the Volunteers of America and their efforts to support veterans with employment services. You can become a supporter of this podcast by visiting Anchor FM, that's anchor.fm/Riderflex. And as always, you can send us your questions or suggested topics, and we'll be happy to help in any way we can. Our email is podcast@riderflex.com, or drop us a voicemail at 888-964-5876, extension 710. Visit riderflex.com to learn more about us. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and have a great day.